What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of How It's Made with PEG. I'm Jeffrey Pritt. Today we're going to be looking at a little bit of VFX work we did for our friends at the Vegas Golden Knights for one of their recent intro videos. Let's check out the finished effect first.
Fortress, stand by for nighttime.
Pretty cool stuff there. Now, as you might imagine, this is not actually footage of a helmet hanging below a helicopter, but it is pretty convincing, which is what we were going for. So let me show you how we did it. With anything involving VFX, a lot of the work is done in both the pre-production phase and also in the matching stage. It's a lot of blending to get everything to work just right to your eye. Now, you might at first think when you see all these different shots that we put together a beautiful 3D model of this helmet, which is something we tossed around doing throughout the production process, but we actually arrived on an even better solution. Let me show you. These are actually images taken by Andrew from our team of basically the actual helmet used in the arena from every possible angle. You're just looking at 3, of course, but we have, possibly thousands of every possible angle. High, low, straight on, you name it. And the reason we took all these is because we can utilize these photos as VFX elements, because we knew that the helicopter shots we have didn't have any rotational aspects to them. They were all straight on. So that's what we're utilizing throughout this video. Let me show you. If we take the color correction off here, which of course we have on there, so it looks a lot more believable in the blur, you can see that that's the helmet from one of the photos you just looked at. When we turn these back on, you can see what we're doing here is we're blending them into the scene by matching the color temperature of the scene. We're matching the shadow of the helicopter. You know, if you just saw it like this, your eye would immediately recognize whether you can quite figure out why you don't trust the image. Ultimately, it comes down to the fact that the shadows and the lighting between these two objects don't match, and they should. They should in nature because they're that close to each other, they're both metallic, etc. So we're doing a lot of matching here throughout. Even with blur. Blur is something that gets overlooked a lot of times in VFX work. Almost no camera, even a high-end red camera or even a real nice ENG system, there will be some blur. How much blur depends on a lot of different factors, whether the shot's moving, whether or not the lensing's great, it just depends, but there'll be blur of some sort. So what we're doing a lot of times in VFX is dialing in blur until it matches. So that's what we're doing here. That helps sell the effect as well. Now, if we actually dive into what's going on here, you can see that is the helmet that we were talking about. And we, of course, added our own chains in so it looks like it's hanging below the helicopter, but that really is the real helmet. Fun little behind the scenes fact there. And now if we go to the main shot you see in the video here, well, I guess what we kept calling the end of main video. Let's just dive back into our screen capture right here. Let's play this out one more time. Nice. So what we're doing there is we actually did have a helicopter fly this route. This helicopter is in scene. And then we added the helmet, just like the other scene below with the chains, we added a hoisting element to the actual chain system. So what we're doing is we have a main shot here that's doing all of our layering work, and you can see there's a lot. There's trackers, sky correctors. I mean, you name it. This shot has a lot of work into it to get it looking the way you see it in the final piece. Curves adjustments to make everything match. This is a lot of same deal, guys. What we're doing is we're taking basically corrections that go over our pre-existing footage and our new VFX scene, applying them to both, and that makes it a lot more believable because you're seeing these color tones go through the entire image, both fake and real. And then what we're doing is in this main comp here, we're doing camera moves. So you see there's some blur aspects that we're utilizing. You can see that we're using some keyframes to make it feel like we're zooming in and out of the image, which is why in our end product here, you can see we're doing these zooms like a camcorder might. Well, those are all done in post. Especially on their beautiful scoreboard at T-Mobile Arena, these shots looked great. And that's it, guys. A little behind the scenes look at how we did it here at PEG. Thank you for joining us for another episode of How It's Made. We'll catch you on the next one.